Now, what we're going to do in this next couple of videos, we're going to have a collection of videos, a series of videos that's going to talk about the core principles, laws through which the world, the universe works. Now, if we don't understand this basic concept, this backdrop to all the other content that we're going to be providing, then what's going to happen is a lot of people won't be able to understand exactly what's been said. So this is a very crucial series of videos that's going to come out, but it's not going to all come out at the same time. So do watch out for them. They're going to be put into certain areas just to help people understand some of the content that we're going to be providing. So so today what we're going to do is we're going to start off with understanding a concept called the mirror reflection principle. The mirror reflection principle, we've already touched upon this already, so it shouldn't be too unfamiliar, but at the same time we need to understand it at a much more deeper level. Hello there, brothers and sisters. Welcome back once again. Peace and blessings to each and every one of you guys who are out there watching this video. And I'd like to just say thank you very much to all those people that regularly watch our content and who are supporting us. So thank you very much to all of you guys for your support. My name is Ahsan and this is Ornaments of the Ages. And here what we do is we speak on topics around religion, spirituality, understanding metaphysics, understanding the hidden laws of the world and the secret teachings of all ages, and much, much more. Now, the mirror reflection principle works on this basic idea that everything in the universe is a reflection of ourselves, our innate being, whether it be our resonance, whether it be our belief, emotional condition, or whatever it may be. Whatever we hold on the inside is being reflected on the outside. Now, the example doesn't just really stop here. Everything in the universe is a mirror reflection of everything else. It works in a very comprehensive way, this principle. And everything around us is a reflection of us. Now, it's like a house of mirrors. You come into this house, like you might get one in an amusement park where there's a house of mirrors. You go inside, every reflection that you see is your own reflection, and you might think that there's a lot of people there, but all of the people are in some ways reflecting you. And if you look deeply into all of these images and impressions, then you can understand a lot more about who you are as a person, what your internal qualities are, what your internal resonance is, what kind of emotional position you're at. So it's a very important way of really assessing yourself and also assessing your circumstance, situation, and really knowing what kind of lifeline you're at. Because the universe is telling you exactly where you are, and by knowing that, what you can do is you can transfer to another lifeline. Yes, something that you would prefer. If you're going through some challenges, then there's a reason for that. Those challenges are a reflection of yourself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to have a look at this diagram, and what you can see here is that if we use a mirror reflection principle to understand the creation itself, then all it is that in essence we can understand how comprehensive this diagram and principle really is, which is that in the beginning, before any of the creation was there was a source for all of these things. We call him God, and through him the universe came into being. He's the source of the universe, and the universe is a reflection and a handiwork of himself. So everything that the universe has is it kind of says something about the creator, whether it be the beauty, the artistry, the magnificent order of all things, whatever it may be. It shows a quality of the one that has brought this into existence. Now, then what you have is a reflection of the creator is life, and everything else around it is brought together by this reflection and attraction. So the universe, life, everything comes together in the form of attraction. So everything that is similar to it is not just a reflection of it, it's also an attraction to it. It comes together and it attracts, because if it attracts, it can reflect. So it's like a conveyor belt of stuff that is coming near everything, every individual, every living thing, and it keeps on giving back to that living thing a kind of reflection of itself. It could be a living thing, it could be an inanimate object, whatever it is. Everything reflects off of each other, and that is actually the glue of creation, that everything is brought together by this attraction. Everything is brought together by this reflection, this need to reflect and this need to attract. And then what it is the same rules also comes and applies to you. So you will be born into this world, and this is the exact place where you should be. So there's nowhere else you can be, which is a direct reflection of everything around you at that present moment where you were born. So your wealth will be an attraction of yourself, whatever it may be. I mean, if you go back to the earlier example that I spoke about the quality of the person is going to reflect the quality of his workmanship. The resonance that we hold and the values that we have in terms of maybe attracting wealth or attracting individuals into our lives, whatever it may be, is going to get reflected back at you. There's a saying that you know a person by knowing his friends. So this is a clear example of how people are attracted to us, how wealth is attracted to us, because we reflect back at them and they reflect back at us the same and similar qualities. And then what you have is you got negative and positive things coming to you. So it's about emotions. So if you're a very negative person, deep inside your resonance is very negative, or it could be very positive, then you'll find that you can attract those negative positive qualities to you. And it's been spoken about by many people, and it is a well-known fact that being positive, having positive mental attitude is a very healthy thing for an individual. And a very important thing that we can see here, it says you attract your past and you attract your future. This might be very confusing for a lot of people, but you actually do attract your past. Your past may not have even been the way you think it is, because simply just like we attract our present, we are also attracting our past. Yes, certain things may have happened, but we don't have to interpret those things in the way we do. We don't have to look at it as a good thing or a bad thing, or apply some emotion and attachment to it. Because by doing that, what we do is we bring into the present the thing that we are perceiving of the past. So in that kind of sense, even time travel and things like that are possible. And yes, I'm going to do a video on that so we can understand how to do this aspect of time traveling, where you are able to go back to your past, make those changes, and you can see in your present circumstance things just dropping off around you because you made those changes in what happened and how you perceive those things that have happened. And yeah, it's not exactly like the Back to the Future film where Marty looks at his family photo and his siblings are disappearing because of a change he made in the past. But it's very similar in that kind of way, which is basically things will slowly drop off you because the way you are able to deal with your past. And in the same way, what we do is we also attract our future. Yeah, whatever future that we want, we attract it, and we may not be aware of this, but how we are right now is the future that we are going to bring to ourselves. Now, the future is made up of many different dimensional realities, and depending on how we are now, that's the timeline that we will be moving into. So it's very important that we look at the future in a particular way that allows us to navigate into the higher timelines, something that is more suitable maybe for us, or something that we would more prefer. And this mirror reflection principle is very comprehensive. It also can allow us to understand how the multi-dimensional universe also works, whereby the timeline of our universe is very similar to the timeline of the next dimension that is most closest to us. And in that dimension, there might be just a little bit of difference to our dimension, but that's exactly how you would transurf, move away from one particular reality to another reality, another timeline, through whereby, you know, where you are more successful, where you are more happy, maybe having the things that you want. Or you could be, if you're dealing with it in the wrong way, it could be that you go to a different timeline, yeah, where things aren't going your way and it's just getting more and more difficult. So the mirror reflection principle, in essence, is a very comprehensive method through which we can understand our context, and we can understand exactly what's really happening around us if we're going through some challenges, and it allows us to reflect back at ourselves and see how we are ourselves contributing to our own situation. And so what we want to do is we want to understand this diagram and this principle, the mirror reflection principle, in a far deeper way, so that we understand that at the end of the day, we are at the driving seat of our reality, and we choose what we want in the world. And why wouldn't it be like that? How else could it be? I mean, why else would a creator who creates all of this not put us in the driving seat? And in fact, all religions say that, you know, the human being is the steward and he's the deputy of God on earth. So it makes perfect sense in a very comprehensive way that this is a format that we can use. I'm gonna do another video to explain to you exactly how the manifestation principle, how the universe uses the manifestation principle and the mirror reflection principle together to give you the reality that you kind of face on a regular basis. So if we can understand that, then what we can do is probably we can shift away and maneuver around these obstacles sometimes we face in our life, and life would be a lot more pleasant. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, subscribe, share. I'm gonna leave you for the time being. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch up with you in the evening.